Krishna's pearls of wisdom, the wisdom which removes all the ignorance from within. And believe you me, all our unhappiness is due to the ignorance within. There is no other reason. We feel that this one and that one, this thing and that thing is the cause of my unhappiness. No, my dear friends, only your ignorance is the cause of your unhappiness. Only your ignorance. And Krishna Bhagwan here removing all ignorance from our heart. Chapter 2, Shlok number 42. Ya imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti vipashyata vedavadarata partha nanyasditi tivadina. The unwise. They are gurus, but they are unwise, sorry to say. Most of the gurus of Kali Yuga, they are unwise. They don't practice humility. They don't practice oneness. They don't practice sameness. Maya taji to kya hua, manna tajya jaye. They may have discarded the things of the world, but their ego is intact. They haven't dissolved the ego. If you don't treat them with utmost respect and utmost fame, they get upset. The unwise that take delight in flowery words. They are very good orators. Very good orators. But when it comes to practice, what you preach? No. The rich and the famous are in the first row. The poor are at the back. They have flowery speech to capture. It is called Vani ki Siddhi. They have flowery speech to capture the audience, twisting the truth of the scriptures, telling you there is nothing else but the joys of this world. They take you closer and closer to Maya. They use their riddhi siddhis. They use their powers to fulfill people's desires. And you go to him with great desires in your heart. And they use their powers to fulfill those desires. And they make you caught up in the snares of Maya again and again and again. Whereas the true Guru, he is the one who removes you from this delusion, from this illusion of the world. The true Guru takes out from your unconscious body this attachment and grief. The true Guru makes you desireless. The true Guru puts inside you seeds of wisdom that give you much peace. The true Guru detaches you from worldly fame and name. But these people, orators, the smart ones, take delight in flowery words and get you into more and more and more samsara. Dear droplets of light, there are so many so-called God-men who are great orators, but will never speak of the truth of the beyond. They will speak of all the things of this world and how to achieve them, not of the beyond. Because that is how they get their fame and wealth. More and more disciples. Jesus Christ used to expound the truth and perform great miracles. One day he realized that all these people who are coming to me are coming for miracles, for wealth and fame and health and other things. So he took a few of his disciples on the top of a hill and he gave them the Sermon on the Mount, which was pure knowledge, to remove the ignorance from their hearts. And he called it Sermon on the Mount. Much of the herd mentality wants and they follow the gurus to gain wealth, health, praise. And the so-called gurus, keep them attached to the world so that they keep getting their income. Keep them attached to the world pleasures. And don't take them out of desires. Don't take them out of ignorance. Don't take them out of darkness. Shlok number 43. Kamatmana swargapara janmakaram fal pradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogeshwaryatim prati. Themselves obsessed with desires. These so-called godmen, themselves obsessed by desires, and they use the public money to fulfill their desires. Obsessed by the desires, they hold that the ultimate goal of life is attainment of heaven. See, there is one heaven which belongs to Indra Bhagwan, and that is full of things of the world, full of bhog, full of delicious food, and full of desire. There is plenitude over there. These godmen will promise you that heaven. Pleasures of the flesh. Pleasures of the flesh. But the true devotee wants nothing of that kind. He wants love of the Krishna's feet and he wants to dissolve into Krishna. But these so-called godmen, they promise you the desires of heaven. They promise you the desires, attainment of heaven, not the Atman. And the devotee, he wants nothing to do with heaven. Nothing to do. Heaven is too little. Because what happens when you attain to heaven, okay? You get a whole lot of beautiful things to bhogo. And then when your tenure is completed, you get pushed down into this Mrityu Lok again. You have to come into a womb all over again. And your cycle goes on and on and on and on and you don't get moksha. Whereas when you choose the lotus feet of Krishna, those feet are the gateway to moksha. Where he goes into the beyond and never comes back into the earth. Never comes back into pain and suffering. Never comes back into darkness. Whereas those who desire heaven, they go to heaven and they enjoy all the sense pleasures there. You cannot even imagine the kind of sense pleasures there. Ultimate. And they enjoy all those sense pleasures of the flesh. And then the tenure gets over. And when the tenure gets over, they tumble into some womb or the other. It can be animal, it can be demon, it can be deity, it can be human. They tumble into that womb. Now that womb is darkness. And they come into the world and the cycle of births and deaths goes on thus. But the ones who know the truth and expound the truth, they take you into Krishna's heart. The Satguru, who has no desire from you, who does not want a single penny of yours, who does not want any appreciation from you. He takes you straight into Krishna's heart, where you merge with him delightfully and get free from this cycle of birth and death. Themselves obsessed with desires, they hold that the ultimate goal of life is attainment of heaven, sense pleasures. And they keep on giving specific ways of attaining the pleasure and power. They'll keep giving you some ring, some mantra to get pleasure and power. Pleasure and power, pleasure and power. Something to wear, something to discard. Something to chant to get pleasure and power. Heaven sounds great, but it is bewitching, but it is not the ultimate. Shlok number 44. Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam tayapahat chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidhiyate. If one is attached to pleasure and power, then the mind gets carried away by their flowery speech. And they keep promising you these pleasures. They keep promising you power. Some gain or the other of the samsara. Oh dear ones, how long will you keep on wandering around in this world of temporary, fleeting pleasures? Temporary, fleeting pleasures. When will you come into the light? All these godmen of flowery speech keep promising you the things of the world. Don't get carried away by that. Focus on your ultimate goal. You need a guru who dissolves your ego, not keeps on manifesting it. You need a guru who makes you desireless. You need a guru who fills you with light and love and bliss instead of all these sense pleasures. Keep on telling you the attractions of the world and how to get them. And they have powers, so they make you get them, and you get caught up in that web. And that spider gets caught up in the same web which it has created. And you keep creating your samsara and keep getting caught up in that web like the spider. The spider weaves the web from his mouth and gets stuck in the same web. Like that you weave this web of Maya and get caught up in that web of Maya and samsara. Sense pleasures, fame, wealth. Now when that spider realizes that he can eat up his own web, the rare one, if you realize that you can eat up your whole Maya and samsara, this bewitching samsara, swallow it and get freedom and get moksha and get liberation and get mukti and get bliss and get anand, param anand. You have to come back to your own abode of light. You have to connect with your Supreme Master. Not get caught in this web. And when you attain to that, you get the ultimate bliss, the ultimate home you reach. Your own illumined home you reach.